are told if a combo meal is made after your name, you made history in this country.
Hey, talking to myself. Welcome to the podcast. I know that you gon' feel Dave Sands, the second, talking movies and gaming, even anime. Yeah, I might just go Super Saiyan. 242, the Bahamas, we gon' rep. Don't be anxious about nothing. Philippians 4:6. Sharing about my life, sharing about God's truth. Always keep it real when I'm talking to myself. Let's go.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Discussions with Myself podcast. With the host with your host with the very most, Dave Sands, numero dos. Man, I am so excited to be back here with each and every one of you today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 40, which is 40 in Spanish. We made it to 40 episodes. Everyone clap it up. Come on. As per usual, if you're in your car, probably don't clap because you have to let go of the wheel. So don't do that if you're in a car. But 40 episodes in, man, I cannot believe we are here. But hey, we here, man. So thank you all so much for 40 episodes and tuning in. You know, it's a beautiful thing. Currently sitting at 76 subscribers, so almost very close to 100 subscribers, which is still the goal this year. But yeah, man, I am very excited to be here with each and every one of you. We have a very exciting episode, something that is going to be fun to talk about, as you kind of see from the title. I attended the World Relays, which was happening in my home country, the Bahamas, and we're going to talk about that and some other things, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. But before we get into that, of course, and as per usual, if you love these episodes, if you love the Talking to Myself podcast, subscribe, smash that like button below so I can know that you are enjoying these episodes, and of course leave a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast, because we are everywhere. So with that being said, thank you all so much. And so of course, as we usually do, we're going to go through PMS, which stands for the 3 ways I look at life: physically, mentally, and spiritually. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So physically, I mean, I'm still doing my thing. Ate very bad this weekend, I'm not going to lie. I mean, and I always plan to eat bad during the weekend, like probably just like one meal. But, bro, I ate way too much. I was just like, this is a lot. And physically still doing my workouts. I actually did 2 runs last week, which is interesting. It's been a while since I actually got a run in, and both of those were like back-to-back, like 2-mile runs. And so finally I was able to like really and truly like crack my own mental ceiling in my head, because like thinking about a 2-mile run was actually like kind of overwhelming to me, because I didn't do it in so long, and I sometimes forget that I have the skill to run. Like I just forget until I actually do it. Kind of found something new actually. For some runners, you might see like a thing, like a thing that they have on like their arm. It's like a thing. I could, mine is somewhere around here, but basically you have it around like your arm to like hold your phone. And so that's what I would normally do when I run, right? And so this time, when the first time I ran last week, I was just like, I kind of feel like doing a run. I didn't feel like grabbing like the arm sleeve thing, and so I just kind of went for it, right? So I held the phone in my hand, and for some reason that felt really comfortable, like just holding it in my hand, just keeping it moving. It like gave my brain something else to do. I don't know, it just felt kind of natural to do that. And because of my brain was kind of focused on keeping my phone like in my hand, like I wasn't paying like so much attention just solely on my breathing. So my breathing stayed very consistent. Like I kept it like very consistent. Like of course I was running slow, but because I want to complete these 2 miles, but like I was able to keep it like from like 120 beats per minute to like maybe like even like 135. And so I don't know, it just kind of felt very simple to do. And so I did the second time and it worked. So maybe if I do it again and I could test that theory, then, you know, it really works. But I think I found the secret sauce to at least getting my mind back into running again. So yeah, you know, that was really helpful to do. But yeah, physically, still doing my thing, still working out, great. Mentally, doing very well. Made it through another month, which is amazing, which is crazy, by the way. We're in May, ladies and gentlemen, May of 2024, which means that next month is June, which is the halfway mark, which is a very crazy thing. Y'all need to really think about this because I really been thinking about it. Like, dude, 6 months of the year, is almost done. Have we did the goals or achieved the goals that we set out at the beginning of this year? I need to look at my list of goals again and see where I'm at. Good. But, dude, I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hit some of those goals. I know I hit one of them already. I still got a couple more that I need to do. Hopefully, in the Lord's will, I will. But, dude, like, I can't believe, like, we're in May of 2024 already. Halfway through the year is nuts to me. And May is not here to stay, by the way, because it's May 5th. And you already know, every time and I always say this, once you get to basically the double digits in the month, once you make it to the 10th of X month is basically over because we already speeding right along through the year. But, dude, we're in May. But mentally, again, doing pretty well. Can't really complain too much. I love how the days keep moving quickly. And that just means I'm busy and I'm doing things. So I have like a fruitful life. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Spiritually, yeah, some of y'all know, still reading through Job, trying to grind through Job. I am in chapter 30 of Job. 12 chapters left, which feels like finally. I'm not going to lie. I'm ready to get into another part of the Bible. I'm not going to even pretend like I don't want to. Like, I want to. I want. And next book of the Bible got to be short. I didn't realize Job had 42 chapters when I started. I was just like, let me read the story of Job. And so, yeah, we were finally getting to the end of the story of Job. Obviously learned a lot and, you know, taking what I can from it. And there'll probably have to be some point in my life when I go back and maybe it'll have more meaning at a different point in my life. But yeah, can't wait to finish Job. I got to be consistent again. Got to get back into my morning reading. So that's got to be the first thing I do so that I could cover all these chapters and be done with Job and go somewhere else. I don't know where I want to go yet. I have some ideas, but I just want to go somewhere else. But yeah, still reading through Job and yeah, still trying to learn everything I can there. So, you know, we move. That is PMS, ladies and gentlemen, the physical, the mental, and spiritual. And so with now that protocol has been established, because that is something that was said a bunch of times during the announcements of the World Relays, which we will, like I said, get into. But now that protocol has been absolutely, has been established, we can now talk about the World Relays. Oh my goodness, there's so many things we need to talk about the World Relays. Before we actually jump into the event itself, because I went on day one or night one, however you want to describe it. Dude, yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Let me just check my settings once again. And the settings are good. Gotta check the settings just to make sure y'all are getting good crispy audio and visual as well. So, okay, let's talk about the World Relay. So before we get there, we gotta go way back. So I would like to say that my family is a athletics family in the sense that we love to watch track and field events. For as long as I remember, and I would say 2012 Olympics. When did let me just look at something here. But what year was that 2016? And what year was that they did this? That was 2016. But then I know about it. Okay, let's just say from like 2012. Or maybe even further than that. The point of the matter is, I'm a fan of athletics. My family is, we watch the Olympics every, 4 years that it comes up, you know, and sometimes they're watching the Diamond League, you know, all these different things. We love track and field events. I was thinking about it today, actually. I was just like, if I really think about it, like my favorite sports are basketball and track and field. Like, I can't put anything but basketball. Basketball would have to be number one, but then track and field would definitely be a very strong second because, like, I just enjoy track and field. Like, I have been watching track and field since as long as I could remember, and I think a lot of people can relate to this because, I mean, the Olympics is such an amazing event. Literally, the best of the best have competed, have got enough score to go to the Olympics, and they compete on the biggest stage of their lives to chase a gold medal, which is crazy to me. 4 years of preparation for one event. And that's why, it's so crazy when you see runners, or like drop the baton, or like the team DQs, or the runner just does something wrong, whatever it is. It's just like, that's why it's such a heartbreak, because imagine like training for like 4 years for this one thing, and then it's kind of stripped away from you, right? So that's a crazy thing. But I've been watching athletics and track and field for a very long time. I have some favorite runners, and favorite athletes, which we're gonna talk about right now. So, like I said, World Athletics, the World Relays have come to the Bahamas, and so that means all the big names, every single big-time runner that you can think of, those who have won gold medals several times, gold medalists, Olympus. I mean, I like Olympus. I like Olympia. But Olympic level runners who are decorated at what they do, all in the country of the Bahamas, bro. Let me talk about some of my favorite runners. Of course, I got to talk about the home team. Shawnee Miller-Weebo. Come on. We already know this, right? Literally, I'm calling her like the queen of the country, because that dive that she did, I can't remember which thing it was. Maybe I could play a clip right now. But the dive that she did to secure the gold medal for our country literally still goes down in history. I remember like when that happened, like literally, I like one of the restaurants in this country made like a diving for gold special, bro. Like if a restaurant makes a combo meal after you've done history. That's it right there. If you are told if a combo meal is made after your name, you made history in this country. So yeah, obviously Shawnee Miller-Weebo. Some of my other favorites outside of the Bahamas, dude. Gabby Thomas, phenomenal, smart, intelligent, beautiful. She really good at what she does. She was there. She ran yesterday as well. Or, excuse me. Wow. She ran yesterday as well. Who else? I'm trying to think. Andre DeGrassi. Yes, the Canadian runner. Bro, I don't know if some of y'all are familiar. I got the clip right now. This happened in the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. That clip of him running next to Usain Bolt, and they smiling, bro. Smiling to cross. They basically smile. It's just like, Bolt was just like, you think you're going to get me, bro? You know what I'm saying? Bro, that clip is legendary. Very legendary. Excuse me one second. We're going to take a quick pause right here. Alrighty, now we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, like I said, that clip of Andre DeGrassi from Canada and Usain Bolt, again, goated, legend in Jamaica, legend just in the sport of running in general, right? Just them just smiling at each other, just running past and crossing that finish line. Crazy, bro. Like, and I don't know if anybody else, because I kind of think I think about things a lot. I sometimes go down a little rabbit hole, right? I was thinking about, what about the runners in the back in that clip? Like, dude, like, what if, like, you train, think about this, right? And someone said this in the comment section, so I can't take credit for this thinking, but it was a great comment. It's just like, imagine, bro, like, you train like 4 years of your life, dedicated to the craft, probably like waking up every day, running, sprints, lifting, eating well, all these different things, just to go to the Olympics and just have like Andre DeGrassi and Usain Bolt like just smiling, like relaxing in the front while you're in the back, just like I'm just like bro, like I'd be like, nah, this sport ain't for me, bro. I gotta do something else. You know, that's such like a crazy thought, but like all of them were here, bro. Like all the big we're good. All the big names were here, bro. And it's just such a beautiful thing to have that here. I feel like we in the Bahamas need to have more big events like this. So like we need to have a relays here. Can we host an Olympics is the question. I know we have the stadium for it. We got the stadium for track and field. Well, for track and field. I don't know. I think we could host swimming too, right? I don't know. We would have to. I don't know if we have those. I don't know if anywhere we have like those high level, because you're gonna have like diving and thing, right? And so like we'd probably have to have like a whole new like swimming area, like a swimming pool. We'd have to probably invest in something like that to host the Olympics. But imagine like, what was it? So this year is the 2024 Paris Olympics. imagine like the 2028 Olympics in the Bahamas. Like that gives us 4 years to get like infrastructure together, right? Get a whole like build like a whole like pool and all these things. And like, bro, I mean, economy would be booming during that time, but it would take a lot of work. But it'd be awesome to do something like that. Also, things that need to come here is WWE. Again, like me and Brian, if you haven't seen like the Journey series, I was talking to my homie Bryant, and we were talking about how WWE needs to come to the Bahamas because they have all their premium live events in different countries. Different topic for a different time. I'm just saying, Bahamas is ready. We got the infrastructure for it. But yeah, dude, so it happened, right? World Relays came to this country, and so I want to talk about my full-fledged experience with the whole thing, and then I can kind of tie it with something I was thinking of, and it's going to be awesome. But yeah, went out there with the fam. It was awesome, right? Like, started at 7, bro. Literally out the gate. Like, no joke. The first race was I believe it was the mix 4x4 meter race, bro. 4x4, meaning like, 4 persons participating, 400 meters, 1 full lap around the track. Dude, literally every, like, the top dogs from the Bahamian team there. Shawnee Miller, all of them was there, bro, and it was crazy, bro. Like, out the gate, we're in there when we were in a really good lane. Sadly, we weren't able to get it done, and so we didn't even qualify. Like, today is gonna be actually day 2 where we hopefully have a chance to qualify, and we gotta qualify, bro. No lie, I was very stressed. There was a point, and I get like this when I'm watching athletics and sports in general. I already have a lot of energy. People who know me personally already know that, or have just seen me. I have a lot of energy, I do. But when it comes to athletics, bro, I get very crazy. I was like, not that event specifically, but there was another event where we had a team in and we didn't qualify. And I was just like, I want to win. I want to win badly. And I was screaming it, bro, and people were laughing. And it was just because like I was just feeling like I was frustrated, bro. I really want us to win because we're hosting this thing. We're hosting the biggest event before the unless that I'm maybe I'm not aware, but this is probably the last big event before Paris, right? Like, this is where people are qualifying to who haven't qualified, and some people already qualified, whatever, to go off to Paris and participate in the Olympics, bro. So this is a very big deal. We need to do this in our home country. But yeah, sadly we didn't qualify yesterday. But we hopefully have a chance today. And so, dude, there are some shockers that we need to talk about. And we're going to talk about some of the different countries that participated yesterday. Excuse me 1 second. What I think I am realizing is because I was screaming so much yesterday, my voice doesn't feel hoarse or anything like that, but got to take my time. So I'm going to take my time with it. So I took some notes from the games yesterday. Let's talk about, firstly, Japan. Now, like I said, I've been watching. I haven't analyzed. I never did no in-depth analysis, but I've been watching athletics for a couple of years now. I don't remember Japan being that fast, bro. I think it was either the men's 4x1 or the men's 4x4. It was literally China and Japan who placed first and second. They qualified. I was just like, China makes sense. They were in lane 6. Japan, I believe, was in lane 8, which, as some of you may know, lane 8 is the outermost lane. And so it's either like the inner or outer. Those are kind of like the hardest to run. Don't quote me on it, but that's basically what I remember from it, from when I studied track and field, I guess, in PE class. But, yeah, dude, like, Japan was way out there. I was just like, what? I didn't realize Japan had that dog in them, bro. That was crazy. I didn't know. My dad was telling me, like, yeah, Japan's been creeping up in terms of, like, them being, like, getting faster every year. So, like, wow. When I saw that, I was surprised. I was like, Japan? China made sense because China, good lane. They're pretty good at running. And so I was just like, wow, they really training in Japan. What we learned about the U.S., well, the U.S. is still dominant. There's no question. The U.S. came and saw and conquered in my country, the Bahamas. Men's team dominated, no question. Women's team dominated. That's where you see, like, I think that's where Gabby was in the 4x1 women's team. It's just like, okay, well, great. Tell me something I don't know, right? Jamaica. That's the shocker of that is the shocker of yesterday. Outside of Team Bahamas, which I hope we get. Again, I want to win, you know. But outside of Team Bahamas, Jamaica was very, very, very surprising, ladies and gentlemen. Like, for those who do not know, and I'm gonna check my settings again because I gotta make sure this thing is moving. We are cooking, right? For those who may not know, and if you don't know, then now you will know. Let me take a sip of this because I'm about to say, for those who don't know, Jamaica is known for their running, i.e. Usain Bolt. Remember that guy? Yeah, he's very fast. I.e. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. Fast. All of them fast. Just speed and agility. What are we talking about? Jamaica only qualified one time yesterday. The biggest shock to me. And mind you, if you've never been to like Carifta or the World Relays in the Bahamas, let me tell you something. There's two sides of the stadium. You got the one side that's to the finish line. You have the other side where it's general admission. General admission side usually has a full section, and they did yesterday. A full section. Well, I shouldn't say yesterday, but when I posted. Anyway, when I went to Relays, they have a full section for Jamaican supporters. Full section. Flags. Every time Jamaica comes out, you can literally hear the horns from the other side. That's how big of a group that they have. Every single time that there are races in this country of the Bahamas, bro. And so to me, it was so surprising that Jamaica didn't perform up to the standard that I know Jamaica could perform up to. Jamaica had teams in literally every single thing, but only qualified one time. That's the biggest shocker. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what happened. Jamaica, I don't know what happened. Because I don't know if Shelly Ann is injured or not. I checked her IG. I don't know. It doesn't seem like she's injured, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know the scouting report. I don't know. But she wasn't out there. She wasn't in the country. She didn't come to the relays. And so I don't know what happened. All I know is Jamaica was a huge disappointment yesterday. And because I can't believe that they only qualified once. That's crazy. So it's either every country is now getting faster, or Jamaica didn't send out all their top dogs. I don't know, but that was crazy to me to see. Said Bahamas we need to do better. Our team, we already know this and we established that. I want to win. I do. The entire country of the Bahamas wants Team Bahamas to qualify at least one time. It would literally feel, and if we do that on day 2, if we qualify one time, it would feel like we won the whole relays. I don't care what anyone says. Literally, it's going to be as though that we won the entire thing. Same way how Shawnee, when she won Olympic gold with that dive, it would literally feel like we won the whole Olympics. So yeah, well, in this case, the relays, like I said. France is insane. They're fast. France, Belgium, cutting hip in like everything. Ireland, sleeper of a pick. There was a women's 4x1 or 4x4? Not sure. There was an Ireland team that was cooking, bro. What? Ireland? When did that happen? I don't remember Ireland being this fast. Maybe I gotta watch more Diamond League. But, dude, it is nuts. It is crazy, bro. The atmosphere was insane. Maybe I have a video I could play if... maybe I'll play it right here.
The Dutch in second. Let's go, Johnny! Let's go, Johnny! You better tell me I'm Johnny! You better tell me I'm Johnny!
If I have something, but dude, to see all these athletes live and in person, to see Degrassi cross the finish line because he ran anchor in that 4x1 yesterday, and just see him cook, it was like, bro, it was insane. Like, you watch these athletes for years, right? And you just see them on TV all the time because obviously we're not in the U.S. It's kind of the same way when I saw like LeBron and the Lakers live. Like when I finally saw LeBron live, when they played the Orlando Magic one time, and I saw him caught like an alley-oop dunk from Austin Reeves. I think it was off the glass, and then he just yammed the thing. I was just like, bruh, he's real. You know, so it was really insane to kind of just see some of my favorite athletes like come into the country, bro. Like, it was absolutely amazing, you know? And so, yeah, I mean, the whole event was awesome. We have to, and I'm going to say it one more time. We have to qualify. We need to get qualification. I think some of our runners already qualified for Paris, but I'm saying like just for the this is just for the economy. This is for the land and country, ladies and gentlemen, that we need to qualify with the bright lights on in our own stadium, in our own air, in our own sun, because we're chasing the sun. That's the phrase of the team, chasing the sun. We need to win. Okay, and I want to win. So yeah, but yeah, hopefully day 2 will be better. But it's interesting that this is kind of happening now because like I told y'all, I was doing I finally ran for the first time in a couple months, and when I was running, there was a young man who was like training, like can we get him in the anyway? He just laps. Boom, 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 boom. Not stopping. That's young legs, ladies and gentlemen. Young legs, just zipping and zapping, zoopity zap. By the time I almost finished my one lap, that I did my run, he was about to gap me in lap 2. And I'm not gonna lie, I said, "Ain't no way, brother." So I sped up a little bit. I was just like, I hit a little, I was like, I'm not coming last. So I was just, bro, I'm very competitive. I just didn't want to get lapped. Like, you could lap me after. Let me just complete my one lap, bro. Don't lap me twice. You know what I'm saying? On my home field, you know? But I was just kind of thinking of, like, what, like, analogy could this be? I think the analogy that came to me is, like, everyone's running their own race. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of easy to, like, it's not easy to like watch somebody else and they're kind of speeding by and speeding by in life, or like they're kind of ahead of you in quotation marks, like, and they're kind of doing their own thing and their life is going a certain way and your life's going a certain way, and you kind of look at that and you feel like you need a sprint, right? You feel like you need a and this is why I'd be you think you need to speed up, but I don't know what he was training for. I know what I was training for, but I can't tell what he was training for, right? But I know the race that I'm supposed to run. I know that if I speed up, then I'm going to gas out. And then that'll make my run harder, right? And so it just kind of came to me that, we're all running our own separate races, right? And you can't really focus on, what everyone else is doing. You got to really focus on your race because everybody's race is different. Some races have hurdles. We all have hurdles in life, right? We all go through different things. We all go through different times and seasons. And actually, in church, one of my pastors was kind of talking about a runner, and we watched this video, and it basically kind of said, like, what is the question in the video was like, what is the race you want me to run, Lord? And I found that very crazy because I'm talking about running now, right? So I don't know the race that the Lord has for you. Trying to still figure out the race that the Lord has for me, but whatever that race is, we just have to run at the speed that He wants us to, right? And I think that's such a beautiful thing to kind of understand. Like, everyone else's races are going to be different. Everyone's hurdles are going to be different. Some of us may be on a 100-meter sprint right now. Some of us may be on 200, 400, 800. Shoot, some of us may be even doing a marathon right now, And, for each of those different races, you have to run those at a different pace, or else, well, you find yourself out of place, right? And you might find yourself gassing out, and you find yourself in the back, and, well, you may find yourself losing. And so, I think that's such a important thing to kind of recognize, right? Like, for every race and every person, it's going to be different. Your hurdles might not be the same as mine. My hurdles might not be the same as yours. But at the same time, like, we're all running a race, right? And so I think it's important. Number one, we give that race to God, and just trust Him that He'll take us through the races that we're going through. But also, like, just knowing that we will make it through that race at the pace that He wants to, is a very important thing. And so I think for all of us, like, whatever race you may be going through or whatever race you're on, just run it at the pace that you're supposed to. Can't really focus on what other people's races are because their races are totally different. And you might be running a race where you're supposed to be jogging instead of sprinting, and they might be running a race where they have to sprint instead of jog. And so I think that's such an important thing to to kind of recognize. And so, hey, take your time, give yourself some grace, pray about it. And of course, and keep it moving, as we usually say, right? And so just want to say thank you all so much for listening. I think that's everything I wanted to say for today's episode. Of course, if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave a like. It means a lot. It helps the channel. And yeah, man, I'm excited for hopefully day 2 of the relays. Hope we get a win, because I really want to win. And I hope that whatever race y'all may be going through, just like me, let's take our time, extend grace, and as always, keep it moving. So yeah, thank you all so much for listening. Hope you all have an absolutely amazing week ahead, day, morning, evening, or afternoon, whenever you're listening to this. And as always, and as per usual, I'll see you all next time. We move! Look. We move! We move! We move! Yep, that's it.